Good morning. Say good morning, Heidi.
Morning.
All right. So it's 5:48 in the morning, and we've been up all night just a fucking hiking, guys. Excuse my French. And we have been hiking and hiking and walking and hiking and dealt with so much stuff last night, just walking through towns and cities, and we're in New Jersey. All right. So this is how it went down. About 9:30 last night, we got our way past Teaneck because we stopped at the Marriott. We asked for directions. They printed us off directions. We got through Teaneck, New Jersey. We got into Hackensack, New Jersey. And we just kept walking. We stopped at this little bus stop and sat down on the bench for like an hour and a half. And I called the police station, right? And I asked them if it was okay because I was in what town were we in? We were in began with an M. It's I don't know. It's right outside of Hackensack though. And man, I can't even think of the name right now. But anyways, we're at this bus station or whatever, bus stop on the side of the road, New Jersey Transit little stop. And I called the cops, the police station. I talked to the dispatcher. I asked him if there's any place like a park or something we can go sleep for a couple hours in like a park or something. He said no, absolutely not. But you can sit down at the bus stop and chill for a couple hours. Well, I did this, and then I was approached by a female officer at first. Asked me and Heidi all kinds of questions, who we were, what we were doing, blah, 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 for like a half an hour, okay? She was pretty nice. And then 20 minutes later, after she leaves us alone, another cop shows up and says, "Hey, are you guys the hikers?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then, you know, he asked for my name and my date of birth and Heidi's name and Heidi's date of birth or whatever. And he starts talking to us about how he used to work on the trail and stuff. And we're talking, blah, 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 just shooting the shit for like half an hour. And then he leaves, tells us to have a good night and stay safe or whatever. Mind you, it's 3:30 in the morning by this time, right? Almost 4, actually. And, well, after like 40 minutes after the cop, or maybe 20 minutes after the cop left, I noticed that there was a car parked at, like, just stopped at the traffic light. And it wasn't moving. And cars kept coming up behind it through green lights, like a dozen green lights went by, never moved. And I walked up to see if they were okay, and both the driver and the passenger were passed out completely. And I thought maybe someone was hurt or something was going on. So I sat there, I talked to Heidi for like 15 minutes about what we should do. And so I called the police back up and I said, you know, there's somebody passed out at the wheel at the intersection. And so they said, okay, we'll go check it out. Well, one cop went to go check it out, found out that the guy was sleeping, called up some backup, waited for the chick to show up, because there's only 2 cops on duty in that little town. And so they're both there, and they got the driver out, and the passenger was still passed out. All of a sudden, another cop shows up from the next town, the Rochelle. It's called Rochelle, New Jersey. And it's Rochelle Park, New Jersey. And so he showed up in an SUV, and he parked out front of the vehicle. They all got their blues on, and they're dragging these people out. Turns out, it was a big heroin bust. And, well, after it was all said and done with, and the tow truck came, it was like 4:30, maybe almost 5 o'clock in the morning. And the cop in the SUV spins around and comes over and talks to us and goes, "Hey, so, what's the story with the hiking?" And we told him all about it and what we were doing, how we went down to the city to visit Izzy, and Izzy was supposed to show us around, but he didn't want to because we looked like cops and blah, blah, blah. And he thought it was really interesting. So he kept talking to us about it, and he tried getting us on the right path, see? Anyway, so he dropped us off at this store. After he heard our story and stuff, he picked us up and dropped us off at a Dunkin' Donuts over on 46 West and explained to us how to get exactly back to the trail. He gave us a bunch of notes and stuff, gave me $5. That was fucking cool. I ain't got no money. I told him I ain't got no money. He hands me in the back seat, he hands me $5. And plus he gave us a ride like four towns over. And it's just, I don't know, just incredible, dude. Just one night to remember, huh?
Yeah.
We never forget that cop's name. I'm not gonna disclose the information on YouTube or on Facebook because, you know, I don't think he's supposed to do what he did. But there are good cops out there. Okay, just want to let you guys know. And he asked me if I had any firearms before he let me in the vehicle. And I just looked at him and I shook my head. I said, no. He goes, okay, I just had to ask. You know, fucking wicked cool. All right, I just want to let you guys know that's what happened to us all night and this morning. And now it's like 6 o'clock in the morning right now. And we are walking westbound on Route 46, Appalachia. Here we come.